Hello, welcome back. I'm John, and I today have a very special guest, longtime listener, first time caller. I'm kidding. You know her, you love her. She's finally back from Europe. Sierra. Hello. We're finally reunited. She has been gallivanting all over the world, and she's finally back. So I can finally say, hi, I'm John.
And I'm Sierra.
And this is And They Were Readers.
Yay!
Wow. It has been a hot minute. A hot minute. It is.
A month.
Also, like, hot. Like, it's really
Oh
hot.
my gosh, it's so hot.
It's really hot.
I'm gonna throw water over there. It's fine.
That's fine.
I haven't
Yeah.
gone.
Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. John, Sierra. We talk about books.
You haven't seen me in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
As many of you know, I was writing my dissertation.
Correct.
If you follow us on Instagram, shout out, follow us on Instagram.
At underscore And They Were Readers.
You saw me finish my first draft. I'm currently working on my final draft.
Ooh.
And not by the time you see this video, but the time you see the next video.
Nice.
I should be done. So.
I believe it.
We'll talk about that at some point.
Yeah. A lot of you guys are newer, and you joined when it was just me.
Which is, sorry. Like, my chaotic energy might not be what you signed up for, but honestly, you were so chaotic.
I was going to say,
you were
I really did kind of descend into madness as the weeks went on, and people called me out on it, and it was funny. There were so many comments that were like, we were watching the deterioration of a man. And I was like, that's true.
There was like one video where the word unravel was just more than once.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I'm going to have to watch this. Okay.
Yeah. So we're back. We're reunited, and we're excited.
Yes.
And he's not a rapper.
Okay, so today we're going to do a summer TBR.
Yeah.
And before we do that, I actually wanted to give John a gift on camera because it is in fact a book. I bought this for him like 5 months ago, y'all, and totally forgot about it. Like, we were filming,
It's just been sitting.
He had a birthday. Like,
I thought about that when you said it earlier.
Yeah.
You're like, for 5 months. And I was like, 5 months?
Yeah, I was just in my office.
You were gone for 1.
So, as you know, my dear friend moved into a new apartment. Yay! And so I wanted to get him a cookbook because he loves, like, to learn cooking. He, like, doesn't have all the skills yet because, like, we're all learning, right? He doesn't know how to make all this food yet. But I wanted to give him
doesn't know how to make all his food yet?
This food.
Oh, this food.
This type of food specifically.
I thought you said he doesn't know how to make all his food yet.
No.
It's just like, yeah, he's doing, like, chicken nuggets and pizza right now.
No. But he loves Asian food.
I do.
And so I wanted to get him this cookbook by Jong Kung. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but he is a YouTuber that I follow, and I love, like, everything about the food that they make. I'm just kind of obsessed with it.
Nice.
And so when I saw this and that a cookbook was coming out, I was like, well, I have to get that for my dear friend John.
That's so kind.
And yeah, it says an exciting and unexpected collection of 100 recipes that re-examines Chinese American food from beloved content creator John Kung.
Wow.
So yeah, here you go.
Wow. I'm so happy that you thought of me about 6 months ago in the year 2024. I love garlic fried rice.
And he does.
Oh my goodness. Serves 2 to 4. 2 to 4
You.
Me. 2 to 4 versions of just me.
Yeah, that's true.
Chicken fried. Oh, this fried rice section.
Yeah, I think you're just like in the rices right now.
Which is fine because like when I'm lazy and I need to meal prep, it's fried rice.
That's true.
It's fried rice.
And to have some variations on it will be nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, Parmesan curry.
Egg fried rice.
My mouth
Guys,
is watering.
she did a good job.
Okay.
So, summer TBR. I have like a tangent that my brain has been like focused on that doesn't really matter, but you know how I've been like catching flies in my hand recently?
Yeah.
It's getting crazy.
Okay.
Like I would say now I'm at like no exaggeration, like an 87% success rate.
That's actually so impressive.
It was this morning. I was doing something on my phone on an app, and then I took a screenshot, tried to circle it. So I was using both hands, mind you, and a fly like flew across my field of vision, and I thought it was smoke from the candle that I had just lit. And I was like, no, that thing's flying in a straight line, not vertically, horizontally. And then I just like second nature, no thought, head empty, just went. And then I looked around and I was like, I think I got it. But with some flies, here's the strat. You don't open your hand, because if you didn't crush it, you open your hand, it flies away.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, well, that, or what I do is I run my hand under the water. So I took my hand to the sink,
So big brain thinking.
Okay, thank you. Run it under the water, and it was there. And I was like, things are getting crazy.
That's actually so impressive.
Things are getting. Remember in Colorado when I killed the fly on Theo's cat tower? We were having deep conversation. There's a fly going around the room. I had ADD, but you can kind of lock in when we're having deep conversation. And it landed on the cat tower, and I went bam, and I got it. That was like one of the bigger flies.
Your origin story.
I talked to myself today this morning in the mirror, and I was like,
as you were doing, I found out.
Hey.
I talk to myself all the time.
Thank you. I was like, I think I have a minor, super tiny, teeny little, weeny little superpower.
And that's why I'm back, y'all. Grounded in reality.
The way I said superpower and you said superpower.
They're gonna hate it now.
Drastically
They're
different.
gonna be like, Sierra, be kind to him.
No. Because they knew that you needed to come back to ground.
No.
Anyway, today we're doing a summer TBR. Sorry for everything that happened before.
Sorry to that man.
What happened to your water bottle?
It's over there.
No, like your actual water bottle.
I haven't washed it yet. I just got back and I
didn't mean to out you.
Y'all, I had the craziest virus I've ever had in my life. And so I'm just like, I'm better now. I have not taken care of the house yet.
That's fair.
I took care of me.
And that's priority. Yeah, as you should.
Because I needed to survive.
Yeah, you put your oxygen mask on before others.
Yeah, I had to because like literally it was crazy.
Like literally?
I was so delirious. I wasn't like sick to the point where like it was risk of hospitalization. Like, please be clear. I know that there's actual like serious conditions, and I'm so sorry. So sorry. But my body and this virus, I felt like I was on something. Like my brain, I was walking around the conference center and I was like, I could be anywhere. I could be anything.
In my head, I can picture exactly how that part of your life would have been filmed.
So what?
Summer TBR.
Oh, so you know what I was going to say?
Oh, what? Oh, keep going.
Okay, was that my summer TBR is primarily for after I'm done defending and going on vacation.
Yeah.
So we're going on vacation together.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks. So excited.
I'm so excited.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited.
I thought you were going to say something so profound. And then you just had to say
I'm bursting at the seams with joy.
Yeah.
That's what most of this TBR is for, personally.
I would kind of agree because I, right now, as some of you know, have been stuck in the midst of Crime and Punishment. And I love Dostoevsky. Listen when I say that. Fyodor, solid.
Whoa.
But he is wordy. He has so many thoughts in his brain, and I can't believe that he put them all on paper in a story that makes sense and is so well constructed and dense. But I'll talk about that when I finish the book next year in a wrap up. But we're getting there. I'm going to finish this. I have like 150 pages left.
Oh, you'll finish that this week.
Yeah. So I'm determined I will not take this book on vacation with me. I must finish it.
It's too big.
It's thick. I can't do it.
Well, maybe I can't bring all these books on vacation with me either.
Yeah, because you're going to buy books when you get there too.
Yeah, this is the vacation where we
buy a bunch of
books.
So what's your first book?
Okay, first, I want to show off my little tote bag that I got.
Oh, cute.
So when I went to Chicago for a friend's birthday, I went to this...
This is so long ago.
It was a month and a half ago. It was the start
She's
of
been at war. She's been at war for years.
I fought in the war. Okay. Sorry. We went to like the early 1900s British revolutionaries. That's not a timeline that exists.
I don't know, dude.
The anachronisms we just engaged in. Okay. So this is called The Understudy. It is a small like independent bookstore in the suburbs of Chicago, and I loved it so much. It's in a historically queer neighborhood, and so like all the books in there are. Not all of them, but a lot of them are theater-based. So there's a lot of plays there, and a lot of like queer stories are celebrated, which is really cool.
Nice.
That's why it's called The Understudy, because you're an understudy in a play, which is really cool, but you're also like in the study. It was so cute. And so I got this little tote bag, and look, it's the most perfect thing for me ever.
Like coffee, theater, books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Plants.
it. Plants, sunshine. I want you to know I almost said lips. And that would have been just so wrong on many different levels. Are you reining me in? I feel more unhinged now.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Tell me.
I like really tried to commit to not rein you in when I came here today.
Oh, you had an agenda.
Yeah.
She came back with a plan.
Yeah, because but it's, I don't know. I feel like the experiment's not the way I intended. Okay, my first book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the first
We
book.
haven't hung out in so long. We hung out last night for the first time in over a month.
But we were tired.
But I was so jet lagged.
We had just seen the Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
It put us in a weird mood.
A little weird.
If you see the Phoenician scheme, you'll understand.
Yeah. I explained it to my mom today, the movie.
Yeah, how?
Beautifully, apparently. Because I was like, you wouldn't like it, I don't think, but let me explain it to you. So I explained it to her. and then she's like, why wouldn't I like that?
Oh.
And I was like, okay, let me figure out a way. Like, everything I just described to you is why I love the movie and why it's good.
Yeah.
But the film, I was like, I don't want to explain to her that, like, the film style would just not be her cup of tea.
Oh, has she not seen a Wes Anderson movie before? It was really obvious in the theater that other people had not seen a Wes Anderson movie before. Yeah, the way some people behind us were reacting to things, like the thing, like, what in the world is going on? Like, oh, here we go again. I was like,
I didn't hear any of that.
My ears just
Yeah.
just because I'm turning into Spider-Man. Full circle.
Fly-Man. Actually, you kill flies, so you can't be one of them.
Correct. The spiders kill the flies. Spider-Man. Thank you for further proving my point. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. They were so shocked at like the things that were happening and the way things were filmed. I was like, first Wes Anderson. Anyway.
So what I'm gonna read.
Yeah, that's crazy. Have we not talked about a single book yet?
Good luck editing this. Okay, this is a book that you've been wanting me to read for a long time.
Ooh, wow.
And
the
so,
turntables.
Yeah, true. There was a season where I was like trying to get him to read a ton of books all the time.
Yeah.
But he was like, he had a job.
Oh.
And like you were in a different country, I think, too.
That too, yeah.
And then you came back and you didn't have a job for a second. So
Yep.
then you started reading all the books.
Correct.
And then now you're like the turntables,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So this is Trust by Hernan Diaz. Finally, I'm going to try to get to it. Like, I'm really going to put a concerted effort into getting to it.
Wow.
It might not have it. Well, we don't know who we are, but I'm going to try.
What did you just say?
You know.
It's been a while.
That's fair. I'm really going to try.
Oh, well, that's not what you said.
I know, but we're going to cut it out.
Okay. Nice.
Do people know this book? I feel like we talked about it a lot on our channel. Long story short, 1920s. It'll be interesting. I'll tell you more about it in the wrap up. But he's watched it, read it. So
we just talked about movies. I get it. Nice. Most of these books are going to be books that you've seen before because I'm trying to dedicate myself to reading from my shelf.
I know this is not going to be super novel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I know we're going to be picking up books on vacation, so I'm trying not to buy any books
That is
before
tricky.
then.
That is tricky.
So,
do you think a major list is going to drop again this year?
Like a major... Oh,
So
no.
last year when we were buying books and the books we had access to were $1.
Yeah. And good.
The New York Times 100 Best Books of
The Century
dropped.
Yeah.
Both the like People's Choice and the author like selected choice.
Yeah.
So we were like, huh? Like, 150 books that are the best, and we have access to 30 of them.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why I bought so many books.
It was crazy. And one of the books on the list was this one, My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. It's part of, I think it's a 4-book series. And all I know is it's a story about friendship. I'm like a little worried about getting into another series, but I think I'm throwing that away. Like I'm done with the whole, oh my god, a series thing.
Like you're gonna keep reading them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading them. And if I don't want to continue, I'm just gonna stop.
And I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, because I realized that I'm never reading the second Fourth Wing book. And that's tea.
Oh my gosh, I haven't read the first.
I know, that's fine. Anyway, from one of Italy's most acclaimed authors comes this ravishing and generous-hearted novel about a friendship that lasts a lifetime. The story of Elena and Lila begins in the 1950s in a poor but vibrant neighborhood on the outskirts of Naples. Growing up on these tough streets, the two girls learn to rely on each other ahead of anyone or anything else, as their friendship, beautifully and meticulously rendered, becomes a not always perfect shelter from hardship. Ferrante has created a memorable portrait of two women, but My Brilliant Friend is also the story of a nation. Through the lives of Elena and Leela, Ferrante gives her readers the story of a neighborhood, a city, and a country undergoing momentous change.
You don't know this. This is the first time you're learning about this book. Me too. Oh, we've had it for a year.
I know. And it's like full circle moment because we got this when we went on vacation last year and I got it for $1.
Yeah, it is time.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. Anyway.
You want to do that one because it's the same situation?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. How dare you?
You're right. You're right. So this one I have on my shelf, and my family member, like a couple of weeks ago, was like, "Hey, this book is like really good so far. I've been really enjoying it." And I was like, "I've never read that author, but I've talked about it a lot on my channel, and I definitely own that book." And that's Brooklyn by Colin Toibin. I forgot. It's been so long since I've said his name.
I know.
I used to know it, but I bought this a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't even know where.
In
but
England.
yeah, good job.
Thanks.
I
don't know. I don't know.
You weren't even there.
I know.
I love that.
That came from the recesses of my mind.
Yeah, that was really impressive. I don't know much about this book, so let's see if we can find anything. There's no blurb on the back, actually.
Front cover. Huh.
No, but what I remember is that it's like about a woman who's an immigrant to Brooklyn, and it's kind of the story of trying to navigate living there as an immigrant.
Interesting.
Saoirse Ronan Let me try to Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, good job.
Is the one who stars in the movie. So I feel like it'd be fun to read this and then watch the movie.
Love Saoirse Ronan.
We love Saoirse.
Yeah.
So yeah,
nice.
I'm really excited. Honestly, this movie started coming up on my YouTube Shorts like as clips.
Oh.
And I was like, I feel like this is a book.
I'm assuming
It is.
it's then an Irish person moving to Brooklyn?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's an Irish author, so that checks out.
So I'm excited. I think this is going to be like a good plane read.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You can read it after if you want.
Thank
we
you.
do.
Thank you. This is, I've talked about this before. I got it also used and pretty cheap, but not on vacation. This is The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, which also showed up on one, if not both, of the New York Times top 100 lists. Probably. And I almost started reading this before Crime and Punishment, but then I opened it and I think I saw the N-word or something. And I was like, not right now.
Honestly, so very
I was like, later, babe.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but it just wasn't giving what I needed to give. I think I've read the back before, but I'll do it again for you guys. Oscar is a sweet but disastrously overweight ghetto nerd. That's what it was. We read this and I was like, coming out the gate real strong. A New Jersey romantic who dreams of becoming the Dominican J.R.R. Tolkien, and most of all, of finding love. But Oscar may never get what he wants. Blame the Fuku, a curse that has haunted Oscar's family for generations, following them on their epic journey from the Dominican Republic to the United States and back again.
I think you're going to love that.
I think it's going to be really interesting.
Because it's going to be an immigrant story.
Yeah, it's like right on my alley.
It's a writer.
Yeah,
Welcome to our lives. We like to read stories that reflect us.
Yeah,
welcome to humans.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I read... No.
You read?
I didn't read anything yet. I didn't read anything.
It's a TBR.
Yeah, I'm going to read. I'm excited to read. I'm going to try to read. I'm excited to read Brooklyn, but I also brought another Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
By Jacqueline Woodson. This is John's copy that I've had for like 8 months. So I'm going to try to read it this summer.
Nice.
I started like reading the first page and I was like,
Yeah,
this book is my bread and butter. Like this is the type of book that I like eat up. And so it'll be a really good palate cleanser between books that are like not my typical style or historical fiction. Like this will be a good little baby literary fiction to just, you know? So what is it about? It says, for August, running into a long ago friend sets in motion resonant memories and transports her to a time and place she thought she had mislaid, 1970s Brooklyn, where friendship was everything. August, Sylvia, Angela, and Gigi shared confidences as they ambled their neighborhood streets, a place where the girls believed that they were amazingly beautiful, brilliantly talented, and with a future that belonged to them. Okay. Okay.
Just get ready, girl.
Why did you warn me?
What do you mean? I did a full rap about it.
You said it was good. You didn't say it was like...
Because I wanted you to read
my
it.
exact themes that I would freaking love. But beneath the hopeful promise, there was another Brooklyn. Okay. A dangerous place where... Okay, there's another Brooklyn that's like sinister and it's really tough, and I think this book is gonna wreck me.
And the writing is really beautiful.
Okay.
Like, so well written. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm really excited.
That's hilarious.
Okay, next.
Alright. My last two, I'm only doing 4 because I know, like, pretty soon we're going to be buying books and I'm just going to start reading those.
And I'm in denial.
And I'm also in the middle of Crime and Punishment. So, all that to say, 2 left, and they're books that you saw last week because I just bought them. We're reading books from our shelf. This is the, I always want to say the Anthropocene Reviewed because in the back, in big letters,
It does say.
it says the Anthropocene Reviewed. Because that's his other nonfiction. This is Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. Sierra has read it. You got it on Libby? Come back. Go back to the video.
Yes.
And I mentioned this a while ago. I don't know how you did that.
What do you mean?
Because I tried to get it on Libby.
I pre-ordered it.
Oh, you pre-ordered it
I pre-ordered it on Libby, yeah.
Got it. Because I tried to get it on Libby, and it's like, yeah, you're number like 393 in line.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool, okay.
Oh, it's a nice book.
It is, and I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to have it, but I kind of wanted to listen to him say it to me.
Oh, honestly, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And that's
so,
nice to have.
Yeah. But that's fine. I will read it.
You also read the let me try that again. I'm gonna run back. You also read the Anthropocene Reviewed.
Yeah.
Which really pisses me off because him reading it is what made the book magical to me.
Oh, interesting.
So you like rated it a 4.
Oh, not photos. Sorry. Continue.
And I rated it a 5, and I was like, "How dare you?" Which
Yeah,
is like totally
'cause-
fine.
it's probably 'cause
like
you
I
guys
just was
see
like a 4.25
Yeah.
would even be better, you know. Anyway, I don't
Which
know
I
why I'm so
think
passionate
also
about
like for Braiding Sweetgrass, having her read it to me made it magical. Truly.
it. I'm loving the book.
Yeah.
It's just so dense, and
Yes.
I read dense things every day.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm
you're
almost done.
physically reading it like with your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my eyes, and I love it every time I pick it up.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
every time.
I would recommend that one as an audiobook if possible. And then the Serviceberry, which you can borrow from me, that's easy to read because it's really,
Hey,
really
baby.
cute and tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do this
that's
one next?
Everything is Tuberculosis.
You talked about 2 books.
Yeah, sure. I'll do 2. So this is the other one you saw from my book haul where I went to Barnes & Noble with a $10 gift card, spent $80. It's fine.
Yeah, that is funny to me.
I am actually really excited now to get back into the Dune universe. I took a long break. I read the first one in between the first 2 movies coming out. And I know they're filming for Dune Messiah soon.
Okay. They haven't started filming it?
I don't know because I think Zendaya is currently filming Christopher Nolan's new movie, The Odyssey. And then she has to film with Tom, and then she also has to film Spider-Man, and then also Euphoria, and also Dune Messiah.
There's another season of Euphoria?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Busy world.
She's all over the place. I think right now they're currently filming The Odyssey, and I think that's the first one.
Okay.
So it'll be coming soon. My guess is like next year, maybe 2027. So I just want to have this under my belt and just like know what happens. I do miss the universe. It's really.
It seems shorter.
It is definitely shorter.
That's kind of nice.
The first one was huge.
Yeah.
And the font in this one
I
is
kind of like, you know how in a lot of...
Find it.
What are they called?
A series?
Thank you.
No way!
Sequels was in my head. I said that's not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
A lot of series grow over time, and like by the time you get to the last book, it's 700 pages, and you're like,
yeah. Why would you do
what
that?
is happening here?
Yeah.
I kind of like that the second book's like, hey, like, you did all the hard work first by, like, building the universe. Now you're here.
Yes.
Let's just, like, talk about what's going on.
And that is, like, why the first Dune movie is slow and why the first Dune book is huge is because it is setting up this entire new universe in space.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
Which
of
I'm
backstory.
not mad about.
Yeah.
I did fall asleep in the first movie.
Exactly, and so many people say that, but that's still one of my
But
favorite movies of all time.
It didn't bother me
Okay.
that I fell asleep. I fall asleep all the time.
Yeah, you love
anywhere
sleeping.
and any, like,
Yeah.
I can sleep
If a
anywhere.
movie puts you to sleep, it's probably even better for you.
Honestly. It's soothing.
But it's
fantastic.
devastating to me.
It was during the fight scene, the
That's
war.
crazy.
I was like, it's so calming. Like, the music, the visuals. Like, it was very
It's a great
nice.
movie. I should rewatch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will not participate in that one.
That's fine.
Okay.
Nice.
What do I got? I got 4 books left.
Dang.
Okay. So this is a little itty bitty one.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
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 Like one day when we're hanging
yeah.
out with friends on the
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
Okay. Address Unknown by Catherine Cressman Taylor.
Nice.
One of y'all in the comments when I brought this up as something that I wanted to read was like, yes, do it. And so I said, okay, yeah,
Just
I'll do
like
it.
that. Yeah.
And so I didn't do it. And, so I'm going to do it now. Sorry about
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
It says, in this searing novel, Catherine Cressman Taylor brings vividly to life the insidious spread of Nazism through a series of letters between Max, a Jewish art dealer in San Francisco, and Martin, his friend and former business partner, who has returned to Germany in 1932, just as Hitler is coming to power. A nightmare. Oh my gosh, it doesn't say a nightmare. That was me.
Oh.
It was originally published in a magazine in 1938 and became an international sensation. So I'm excited. It's like short, so I think this will be a really fun one to read, like when I just want a quick hit of dopamine book
in a day. Like you just start like your morning with it, and you carry it through the day.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's
That's
do
really
it.
Good.
And it probably fits in a pocket or something. I'm not gonna try it.
Yeah. No point.
Oh, I'm the only one left. Let's do more. Okay, this one is probably not gonna happen.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Okay.
TBR is aspirational. We always said that.
This is.
Wow. Yeah.
Right?
It's been a long time. Bird cover, fruit cover. It gets both of us.
It gets both of us.
Yeah.
So this is Gingerbread by Helen Oyeyemi. There we go. And this I bought last year in Portland at that beautiful big bookstore.
Yeah.
And it obviously caught my eye because fruit.
Yeah. Because fruit.
Because fruit. And I just kind of love a book that's built around a simple act. The idea of this book is that this gingerbread is made by this family and it's used to just be a facilitator of relationship. And so I'm curious as to where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really beautiful concept. I think it's probably going to be slow.
Probably.
So we'll have to be in the mood for this book. Is why I'm not sure if we'll get to it.
That's right. I think of these types of books as a still life painting, but in words.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Yes. I agree.
Where it's centered around one object or one thing. Similar to the goldfinch. I think of that as a still life. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
And it is a painting.
Yeah. Well, that one's an actual painting.
Right.
This is a food.
That was such a long book, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of myself for finishing it. It was good. It was too long.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to that one. And I do love Donna.
Yeah. Her writing's really good.
It is.
You think she's gonna publish something new?
Maybe. She does take a lot of time when she writes books.
Yeah.
And it pays off.
Yeah.
So hey Donna, if you're doing something, let me know.
Okay, the next one, these two I bought my last day in Paris.
Ooh.
You've seen it online probably if you follow us on Instagram. I kind of was just I went into the bookstore and I had not bought a book the entire month that I was there.
So impressive.
Thank you. And I was working really hard.
That's true. Yeah.
By the time I was done working, everything was closed. But the light was still out, so I would go eat and stuff. But it was there's no activities. And so I remember going in and there was a small English section, and I was I probably won't find anything because I went in the first day that I got there and I didn't find anything. So I was I'm just gonna look, just
quick browse.
Yep. And then I was that's a beautiful cover of a Zadie Smith book, and I was this is a good, and that's a good. Oh my god, I'm gonna buy all the books. My voice got really high.
Really high.
So I bought two.
Oh.
The first one is
Tame. Sorry.
Huh?
I said tame.
Yeah, thank you. I did not have a lot of space in my luggage. I brought a carry-on.
Oh, you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I described you to a friend as the carry-on queen.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so the first one is Virginia Woolf's Flush.
Whoa. I never heard of this one.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
And I said, well, however, I never heard of this, but I'm finding it in a small baby Paris bookstore.
Yeah.
I must look at it.
Okay.
And so, do you remember, okay, this is from so long ago, so this is a deep cut. Do you remember the book where I read about the marmot?
Yeah.
It was what was it called? Bloomsbury or something?
It was called the I can't remember. It was by someone Nunez. Mitz.
Yeah, by Sigrid Nunez.
Yeah.
So this author wrote about this character, this animal that was a part of the wolves' lives.
Yeah.
And Flush is an English Cocker Spaniel who belonged to the 19th century poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So Virginia Woolf herself wrote a novel as an autobiography of this Cocker Spaniel of another woman, just as Sigrid Nunez did for the wolves. I didn't know this was a genre of literature.
Yeah, what weird side tunnel did we enter where authors are writing about the pets of other authors?
As if they're real life characters that have thoughts. I don't know, but I love that I'm here. And I'm guessing that Sigrid Nunez got the idea from this.
what is going on?
Yeah, when I read that, I said, and I have to get it.
Yeah, okay, wow.
So Virginia Woolf learned of him from the love letters Elizabeth wrote to her future husband, fellow poet Robert Browning, and found, quote, "The figure of their dog made me laugh so I couldn't resist making him a life."
That's actually kind of
So she's just gonna be goofing, I think.
Yeah. It's a beautiful cover also.
Right? Like, I don't even... It's like the Cocker Spaniel is, like, kind of there.
It's
and
behind, and then...
It's abstract.
It's like... In my head, I see this, and I think jellyfish. You see that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I see it.
Cool.
But it's really just the Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah,
all
and
there,
then the
and
colors.
Then the colors.
Yeah.
Wow. So I love Virginia Woolf's writing. Sometimes I'm reading her work, and I'm like, I gotta be missing something because this is crazy. And I probably am. I'm not studied literature, so... I just kind of go along for the ride when I'm a little lost and be like, all right, girl, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really cute. So I'm excited to read that.
Wow. That's crazy.
Isn't that fun?
It's such an obscure book.
Yeah, like, I feel like I've never heard of this. So that's such a fun thing.
It's interesting that in the English section of the French bookstore, this was one that they chose to put there.
Right. No other Virginia Woolfs.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got excerpts from The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get something French, obviously. But the actual book is 700 pages. And I said, maybe I don't read all of it. And maybe I just read the excerpts. I read a lot of books on feminism. And so let me just, like, dip my toe. And if I'm like, ooh, I need to read all of it, I will.
Sure, yeah.
But, like, even in school, we don't read all of the books sometimes. We're just reading excerpts. I think it's nice that they, like, put together excerpts for us, that they're like, this is the main argument of this book.
Yeah. Which
I really appreciate. And we'll probably read other things from her, actually. And maybe we'll get the full version to then, like, look at the other essays and stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. It is very fun that I got that there.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that's crazy. If I was in Paris with you guys, the way half that bag would have been filled with books.
No, for real.
It's crazy.
You would have bought another suitcase.
Yeah. Anyway, so those are the books that we want to read this summer. We know, I guess summer kind of just started. The summer solstice was like a week or two ago.
I think this is realistic.
Yeah? You said it like you didn't believe that. Yeah.
Let's see. This one is a tough sell because it's big.
Yeah.
This one almost made me cry on the spot. So
that's true from the blurb.
Yeah. So those are I'll read this one. That's the only thing that I'm gonna...
Just another book later.
Yeah, probably read.
I'm trying to think of which books I want to bring on the plane with me, like in my luggage. And right now, my brain says Dune and Everything is Tuberculosis.
Yeah.
And it might be just because it was like last in, first out kind of vibe. Like you always want to read the newest books on your shelf. But I am excited about those.
We have 2 weeks before vacation.
Yes.
5 days before my defense.
Yes.
So I have like a week and a half of possible reading time, even though I'm working a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll try to get to 2 of these.
Yeah. And I'm gonna finish Crime and Punishment, I want to say this week. And then I'll start one of these books. So if you guys want to buddy read with us, this is what we're going to be reading next. So lock in. Yeah. Because I think somebody out there is reading Crime and Punishment with me, which is honestly adorable. And I'm so happy that we have the Instagram.
Because I wouldn't.
Communicate like that. And honestly, I would never recommend it to you. I wouldn't. I'm really? Enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
White Nights is way better for me.
White Nights is way better. And that's it. Quick tangent. That's the thing, Mr. Dostoevsky, because I know you can write short. Ooh. I know you know how to write succinct and make it still powerful.
What are you doing over here?
Right? But maybe you're just showing your range. Respect. I'm back to liking you again. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Sierra's back. We're so excited. Check us out on Instagram, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye!
See ya!